Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you are joining me on my YouTube channel, like, subscribe. We're inching closer to those 2,000 followers. All I've ever really asked in life is to be consistent. I think if anyone's ever followed me before, you know that I tend to be on that a lot. Like, be consistent. Be consistent with what you do. Be consistent with how you evaluate. Be consistent with how you play. Be consistent with how you criticize. That brings me to the United States men's basketball team, Team USA basketball. They, after being ridiculed mercilessly by anybody with a Twitter account or a platform on social media or a platform in mainstream media, they were an embarrassment. They were this, they were that. They're supposed to be the best in the world, the most dominant in the world. How can they get beat by teams who are legitimately good and have players on them that actually play with these Team USA players? We heard that. We got it. The message was clear. But how can we get by this thing where we don't show equity, where it is not equal and fair and consistent across all boards? That brings me to the U.S. women's national team, who just won the bronze medal. And at everybody to them, oh my God, they were, congratulations to Team USA. No one really brought up the fact that they lost to Canada for the first time in God knows how long. No one called them an embarrassment. No one said that the program needed to be overhauled and that the head coach needed to be fired. They needed a new voice in there. Nobody talked about that. They just accepted and said, congratulations. We're sure that they'll be ready for the World Cup. Now, it doesn't matter what I believe. It doesn't matter whether I believe they should be ridiculed or not. I don't, for the record. But I would like some consistency. If you're going to slam Team USA basketball, which just came off of an NBA season, who had not had an opportunity to train together, who were coming off another NBA season that was slapped on the back end of it, and you're going to ridicule them for losing to teams with players who have more continuity on their team, shouldn't you have some criticism, or at least a little more criticism, for a women's national team that plays together and has the opportunity to gel and that have players on there that have been playing together for an extremely long time? I think they deserve a little bit more criticism if you're going to criticize Team USA men's basketball and call them an embarrassment. Remember, they weren't just saying like, oh, well, they got to get it together. They were like, no, they're an embarrassment. This is a joke. We sent the C team. They called the team with Kevin Durant on it and Damian Lillard a C team. I don't care who else you put around it. If you have Kevin Durant and you have Damian Lillard on it, it's not a C team. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. Yet, this is the world that we live in, where we're not consistent when it comes to our praise, and we're not consistent when it comes to our criticism. Did you know that the U.S. Team USA men's basketball, they're about to play for the gold medal? Literally every game that they win, all I hear is the score. I don't hear anybody's, oh my gosh, they've been playing they're so resilient. Oh, well, they have the best player in the world. No. Just, they advanced. But let them lose. Oh my God. The sky is falling. Blow it all up. It can't work this way. They need to do something different. They need to overhaul the program. Like all of this reactionary stuff happens when it's Team USA basketball, but not when it's the women's national team. Now, who knows? Maybe if the women's national team loses a friendly, then they'll get some backlash. But I doubt it. Like, because everybody just wants to praise them and what they're able to do. And they're worthy of praise. They're great. This isn't me saying that they're not great. This isn't me saying that they should not be praised. This is me saying we should have some type of consistency. We should not praise one team while at the same time another team on the same level get no praise. So another thing that always gets me, why can't we be consistent when it comes to quarterback play and who is allowed to improve? All I've heard coming out of Pittsburgh is great things about what Dwayne Haskins is doing. Yet nationally, all I hear is, well, if Dwayne Haskins is the quarterback, then they're in trouble. Really? Why? Is Dwayne Haskins not allowed to improve the same way that other quarterbacks have been allowed to improve? What has Dwayne Haskins done that is so egregious other than not play up to the level? By the way, nobody thought he was, according to what the Twitter sphere says now, nobody thought he was going to be good. So now all of a sudden he's playing better than you actually thought he was. And that's not something that we can celebrate. That's not something that we can give him an opportunity to do. Yet everybody thought Sam Darnold was a can't miss prospect. He hasn't been good yet. They're still holding out hope. Danny Dimes, as people have called him, has not been good, yet he's still the franchise quarterback. Josh Allen blew up in year number 3, and he's all of a sudden now arrived and supposedly a top 5 quarterback. Baker Mayfield has been allowed to have subpar seasons or a subpar season. So the impetus for equality is not there. But we can't actually point to the reason why there is no impetus for equality. It's right there in front of us. The only thing we have to do is look at it. Now, as a people, we need to look at ourselves and say, why is it that we're not willing to afford some quarterbacks the opportunity to improve, yet we allow other quarterbacks the opportunity to get it right over and over and over again? Jacoby Brissett never played poorly for Indianapolis. He just didn't play up to the level of, Andrew Luck. Does that mean he's not a starting quarterback because he didn't play to Andrew Luck's level? Absolutely not. That means that he's his own quarterback. But until we start to rationalize it in that way, until we start to use these things to talk about them in the light they belong, we're going to keep on making these same mistakes over and over again. And that's the unfortunate part. That's the part that we can't get beyond. All I ask for is consistency. Just be consistent. If you feel a certain way, feel that way about everybody. If you hold someone to a standard, hold everybody to that standard, because that means that you're being fair to everyone. That means that you're not playing favorites. That means that you don't have built-in bias. And if you don't have built-in bias, then everybody can achieve at the same level. Until that happens, nobody can achieve at that level, because it'll always be looked at with scrutiny because you're not willing to do just a little bit of work to be fair to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me. We do this thing every day. Rate, comment, agree, disagree. Whatever you do, keep it spicy. Until tomorrow, y'all have a good one.